Alright guys, my name is Philip, and quite recently, I think 3 weeks ago now, I posted a video on YouTube called 62 Days Without Porn, which is basically my personal story about quitting porn and what it's done to me. And in that video, the video is over 1 hour long, so I don't really expect anyone to sort of notice this. In particular, which is kind of why I'm making this video, to sort of scope in on that point that I made here, which I feel quite passionate about now, and that's the reasons they give you to not watch porn, pretty much, or the reasons they give you that porn is bad, really. They're not really trying to make you stop watching porn, but I think they often see it as the ultimate result. And I also think that you know, they're trying to tell you that porn is bad. Of course they are. During sexual education in primary and secondary school. And I'll personally agree that pornography is bad, but for completely different reasons than what they tell you in school. Or at home, really, from your parents. So, you know, in Norway, at least, during sexual education, for quite obvious reasons, they often divide the class into the boys and the girls. And to the boys, they sometimes talk about pornography. And, you know, they say that it's bad and all that, and then they sort of tell you why it's bad. And I think all these teachers know that, you know, even though pornography is really like 18 and up, all of these like 13, 14-year-old boys are watching pornography a bit too much. So I think they're completely aware of that, and I think that's sort of why they're also talking about this. And they say, you know, that porn is bad because, okay, I'll say a few things that I often got told. I think the most frequent thing they said was, it's not like real sex. Which is true, but it's not, I wouldn't say it's really necessary to point out when you think about it. Because when you get the chance to actually have real sex with a real girl, at no point does it really cross your mind to think, oh hell, we're gonna try some of the weird positions that they do in those movies. We're gonna like try to make this look like a hot scene. Like, I'm gonna like put my hands behind my back and try to like penetrate her with every single millimeter of my cock. Like that's not what comes to your mind. You just want to like get all over each other and just get really intimate and just fuck. That's really all that comes to mind. And I think, you know, personally, honestly, I actually lost my virginity after quitting porn, so I can't really say this for sure, but I think even for the most porn addicted guy, it's still quite fucking obvious that sex isn't and is not supposed to be like porn sex, you know. I think it's quite obvious. So I mean, it's okay that they say it. I don't have anything against that they mention that. It's just that A, it's not really necessary to say, and B, it's not an effective argument to stop young men or boys to stop watching porn. Another thing they often say is, you know, it's creating unachievable beauty standards for girls, and it's sort of making them insecure. Now, first off, I don't really know if this is true. I'm not a girl, and I haven't been at that age ever. But I think they're not, like, I don't think girls are that obsessed about pornography. Really, they're more obsessed about you know, the pop stars, or um, probably probably not even that. Just like the prettiest girl in class. Like they want to be prettier than the prettiest girl in class. I think that's like, they're at that point. They're more focused on the girls that they actually know in real life, and they're trying to compete with those. I don't think porn really affects them. But then again, you know, I'm not a girl. I haven't been at that age as a girl, so I don't really know. At least at my age, you know, girls at my age, as it seems to me, they're starting to get more sort of down to earth about it. They're just trying to be as beautiful as they can in their own way, which is, you know, healthy. Some very few girls still seem kind of confused and kind of weird when it comes to this, but you know, most girls at my age has a quite healthy sort of beauty perception, I guess you could say. But you know, at that sort of insecure puberty age of like 14, 15, 16, I don't know how much pornography really affects girls' beauty standards. But in any way, it's not really a good argument to stop guys from watching pornography. And this is also what I said in this 62 Days Without Porn video, that saying that, you know, it makes girls insecure, that the porn industry is making girls insecure about their own body, will not affect guys in the right way, you know, to stop watching pornography, that is. It just won't, because it doesn't concern them personally. So, trying to think of more things, as I said. Those are at least the main things, like unachievable beauty standards, and it's not like real sex. Also, yeah, it's sexist. That was said a lot. It's sexist, you know, it's male domination. It's just him having his way on the girl, and it's, you know, it's not about her pleasure at all. It's just about his pleasure, which depends on the porn, I guess. A lot of porn scenes, you know, might be a bit over the top, a bit, you know, violent-ish. So I definitely see that. But, you know, most porn is not really that bad when it comes to this. I don't really think that porn is that sexist. I never really thought of it that way. But anyways, I might be a fucking misogynist myself, so what the fuck do I know? But in any way, it's again not a good argument to stop young men from watching porn. Now, what is a good argument, and why do they not tell you in school? Well, first off, a good argument is that it's bad for you. It's bad for your self-security, what do you call it, confidence, your self-respect, and your sex drive also. Actually, pornography kills guys' sex drive. That's sort of a brain science thing that I'll link the video about the TED Talk, the Great Porn Experiment, in the description down below. I'm not really a brain scientist or a, you know, psychologist or anything, so I won't really talk so much about that. I'll leave that up to the TED Talker. But definitely just watch that video. It really opened my eyes, really did. And that's, you know, more sort of scientific and not so emotional and all that. about what porn does to your brain, basically. But, you know, in short terms, it kills your sex drive, and it makes you socially awkward, especially around girls. And it also makes you less focused on real girls and more focused on, you know, the girls on screen, which is also not really healthy for your sex life at all. Because, you know, in the sort of dating game, the guy has to sort of be interested in girls and also not socially awkward. And when when you watch a lot of pornography and you are kind of lonely, as I was in secondary school, you get socially awkward. You well, at the age of like 13, 14, I was really fucking interested in real girls as well, because my hormones were just suddenly exploding and I just want to fuck everyone. But it's not really like that anymore. I'm 19 years old, it's more moderated now. So at my age, you know, porn does make you less interested in real girls, and it also still makes you more socially awkward and just insecure and not really self-respecting. It kind of just confuses you beyond what you really realize what you yourself, because you would never think, you would never really realize how much of an impact pornography actually has on your life. But it's actually quite surprising how much it is, and I've realized that I actually experienced that personally. But anyways, that's my argument to stop guys from watching porn. You know, because, you know, then again, I'll get back to this. In the dating game, a man has to be both interested in the girl and not socially awkward. So he has to have the balls to approach the girl, be able to talk to the girl, you know, and actually be interested in the girl. Which, you know, being able to talk to the girl and having an interesting conversation with her and actually being interested in her kind of goes hand in hand, because if you're not interested in her, then it's really hard to have an interesting conversation with her. And I remember I've actually gotten this sort of dating tip quite a few times, that I have to sort of pretend that I'm interested in the girl, and I have to sort of pretend that I actually care about what she says, and I have to, like, you know, I have to pretend that I'm interested, right? That's like a dating tip that guys get. But when you stop watching porn, you don't have to pretend anymore, because you're actually interested in girls. You're actually interested in them. It's very strange. It's very good too. It's very good. And it's something that I've noticed, like, I can actually now look into the eyes of a girl, listen to what she says, and actually be interested in her. Like, actually be interested in what she says. So that's a great effect of not watching porn anymore. And it also makes you more likely to get laid. Pretty much. So that's a good argument. That's my good argument. And then the last thing, why don't they tell you? Why do they never tell you this when you're at school? Why do your parents never tell you this when you're at school? Well, most of the people telling you about this are women. So that's the first thing. They're women, they don't really watch that much porn, so they don't really know what they're talking about, pretty much. The second thing is, they're grown-ups. And I think that is a good thing, because, you know, then they have more life experience and they can tell you more about this. But think about it. They do not live in the porn generation. They don't. Back at their times, it was, you know, Playboy magazines and some porn scenes that you either had to rent at some awkward porn store, or, you know, just Blockbuster. I think they probably had porn at Blockbuster, I don't even know. Or you could actually go to the movie theaters and see porn there. But, you know, nobody ever did that. So that was porn back then. And that compared to the sort of porn we have now, which is high-speed internet porn, accessible for everyone. Even people at fucking 8 years old can just go on the internet and watch shitloads of porn. Like, porn scene on porn scene on porn scene on porn scene. Hot girls getting fucked and pounded hard over and over. Like, we can watch so much. We can jack ourselves dry. We can jerk off 10 times in a row and not get tired of it, because it's new females in every scene. It's new action. It's everything is new. It's fresh. You know, it keeps us excited and it keeps us jerking off more than it's actually healthy for us to jerk off. That is completely different from, you know, Playboy and like having one DVD at home with some vanilla pornography. It's just fucking night and day, right? So these grown-ups that teach you about porn and how it's bad for you, they don't know jack shit about how it is to actually be in the porn generation. They don't know how it is to be 12 or 13 years old and suddenly experiencing porn, you know, and watching scene on scene on scene while you're really too young to be doing this. And it's not for these... I know I sound really like politically correct, sort of, you know, dad sort of type, I don't know, when I say, you know, you're really too young to be doing this, but you are, actually. And it's not for the kind of conservative, you know, nudity is bad for young people reason. It's actually because it's not good for young boys to have that much arousal and that much ejaculation. It just isn't. It kills your sex drive, and it ruins your social life with girls. It completely fucking destroys it. And it did to me. Both because I was watching porn and because I was kind of lonely in the first place. So, you know, I was already a bit socially awkward, and then porn just made it like 10 times worse. So then it was just fucking a vicious circle of just insecurity. So, you know, at one point you can say, you know, it's really fucking frustrating that these grown-ups don't really teach you about porn in the right way. But then you can't really blame them, because they haven't been in that generation. And also the sort of public school system also just tells teachers to teach us about pornography and how it's bad, while they themselves don't really know about they don't know about it, or they know about it, but they don't have that experience of watching porn on the internet from age 12. So they can't really inform you the way they should. And I think it might be frustrating for them. It might be frustrating for parents to see their children watch pornography and knowing that it's bad for them, but then again don't really know what to say to them to make them stop. Thinking about my mom, she probably was a bit frustrated about that, but then again I'm not really sure if she even knew that I was watching pornography. I kept that a secret, obviously, everybody does. But it's, yeah, that's really all I have to say. That's really all I have to say. The reasons they give you to not watch porn in sexual education is not effective, or are not effective, and I'm trying to give you the reasons now to why you shouldn't watch porn, and I hope it has made you think. I hope it has affected you in any way, and I hope it has helped, really. It's really all I'm trying to do, is just I'm trying to help people who has been in the same fucking socially awkward situation as me. Just being fucking porn indoctrinated weirdos in secondary school, which I was. I'm trying to help those guys. So hopefully there are some of these guys watching this video, because that's really the people that I want to be watching my videos, 15-year-old sexually frustrated porn addicts. That's who this is really directed towards. So hopefully this has made an impact, and I might see you in another video. Thanks for watching.